Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a really fascinating look at a multi-year effort in Kolkata. It's all about reshaping education for young women there.
Yeah, and our main source is this report, the QMSPC Kolkata Report 2022-25. It details this partnership between International STEAM Research, or ISR, from the U.S., and Our Lady Queen of the Missions School in Park Circus.
So if you've ever been curious about, how education is actually changing to get the next generation ready for this rapidly evolving world.
Especially in things like science and tech.
Exactly. Then this deep dive is definitely for you. It's a really compelling case study.
Absolutely. We're going to see how this partnership isn't just adding subjects. It's really trying to foster innovation, build confidence.
And break down some of those traditional barriers for young women in STEAM fields.
Right. And like I said, our guide here is this report. It covers the academic years 2022 to 2025. So it's the first 3 years of a 5-year plan.
A plan that actually started back in April 2022, right, after a bit of a delay.
Yeah, there was that 2-year delay because of, well, the pandemic, obviously.
Right, of course. So our mission today really is to pull out the key insights from this initiative. We want to understand its core principles and see what tangible outcomes they've actually produced.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Where did this whole partnership begin? What was the spark?
Well, it seems the genesis was really under the leadership of the principal, Senior Ronnie Jacob. The school itself, Our Lady Queen of the Missions, it's been around since 1946.
A well-established school.
Very much so. And they teamed up with ISR, USA. But like you said earlier, this wasn't just, adding a few science classes.
No, the report makes it pretty clear. It's about unlocking potential through this innovative STEAM curriculum: science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths.
And it's built around these Education 4.0 principles.
Which sounds like a big shift from maybe more traditional methods.
Yeah.
What does Education 4.0 really mean in this context?
Well, fundamentally, it's about using technology to make learning more personalized, more collaborative, and really equipping students with skills for what people call the fourth industrial revolution. Think AI, automation, data.
Got it. And this initiative, it hasn't gone unnoticed, has it?
Not at all. The report mentions recognition from people like Ms. Elizabeth Lee at the American Consulate Center in Kolkata, Mr. Debasis Sen from the NKDA,
Okay.
Mr. Snehasa Sir from the Kolkata Press Club, and leaders from the RNDM congregation as well. So it's got attention.
Seems like it. And the school itself has picked up some awards, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Things like the Education Excellence Award for Innovation from the Hindu newspaper, and they were named the best STEAM education school by the International School Awards.
Wow. So these aren't just pats on the back, they signal real recognition.
Exactly. It shows they're seen as leaders in this kind of innovative education.
So what's the big picture goal here? What are they ultimately trying to achieve?
The vision really is about creating future-ready leaders. It's not just about knowing stuff. It's about immersing students in these STEAM disciplines.
So they actually develop skills.
Right. Critical thinking, problem solving, technical expertise, the practical stuff.
Okay, so less about memorizing facts, more about applying knowledge.
Precisely. And a huge part of that is fostering creativity and innovation. The program actively encourages students to, explore, experiment, challenge boundaries.
To find actual solutions.
Tangible solutions, yeah. You can't really innovate if you're afraid to try things and maybe fail along the way, right?
Makes sense. Experimentation is key.
And building confidence is another big one. Developing leadership skills through collaboration, presenting their work, managing parts of projects. It's about empowering these young women.
And the report mentioned equity too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in STEM.
Yes, that's a conscious priority. Creating a supportive environment, one that's specifically designed to be free from those societal biases that can sometimes push girls away from these fields.
So really giving everyone a fair shot.
Exactly. It's a really comprehensive approach, going way beyond just the curriculum.
Okay, so that's the foundation. Now let's dig into the why. What's driving this? And how does it fit into broader ideas about the future of education?
Yeah, this is important. The report really hammers home the point about the future job market. It talks about needing hudagogical learners.
Hudagogical, that's a new one on me.
Yeah. It basically means self-directed learners. People who can take charge of their own learning, who have versatile skills, because technology is changing so fast, AI, robotics, IoT, VR, AR, 3D printing. The list goes on.
It really is accelerating.
Yeah.
The skills needed in 5 years could be totally different.
Absolutely. And ISR's approach, this AI-powered STEAM experiential learning, it's not just teaching kids to code, it's broader. It's about an interdisciplinary approach, lifelong learning, and mindful problem solving.
Seeing the connections between different subjects.
Exactly. And they use a specific framework for this, the 7E framework.
Oh, yes, I saw that. Encourage, explore.
Right. Encourage, explore, engage, experience, explain, evaluate, and elate. It's a structured way to guide the learning.
Elate. I like that last one.
Me too. It's about that excitement, that sense of ownership you get when you really figure something out. It encourages exploring problems from all angles, research, hands-on experience, explaining what you learned, evaluating it.
And feeling good about it at the end.
Yeah.
Fostering deeper understanding, not just memorization.
Precisely. And that interdisciplinary point is key. It's not learning physics in one box and art in another.
Right.
Think about a sustainable energy project. You need physics, engineering, maybe environmental science, art for design, maths for modeling.
It all connects in the real world. Complex problems need knowledge from lots of areas.
Exactly. And this whole approach, the report points out, fits perfectly with India's national education policy, the NEP 2020.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, NEP 2020 really pushes for a more holistic, student-centered approach. It wants to move away from rote learning towards critical thinking, creativity.
And experiential learning is a big part of that, isn't it?
It's fundamental to it. NEP 2020 sees it as essential for practical knowledge and real-world skills, making classrooms places where students explore, experiment, discover, making learning meaningful.
So this partnership isn't just happening in a vacuum. It's aligned with national goals.
Very much so.
Okay, so let's get into the how. How does ISR actually do this hands-on stuff? And tell me more about this happy zone.
Right, the methodology. It's dynamic, hands-on, but it's also about sharpening metacognitive skills. Thinking about their thinking.
Right. Being aware of how you learn.
Exactly. And fostering a constructive mindset. And importantly, they emphasize that learning should be fun.
Fun. In science and engineering. Some might find that surprising.
Well, yes. The idea is rooted in constructivism. Students build their own understanding. Teachers are more like guides, facilitators. The process of learning is what's important, not just the end result.
Okay, I get it. And the happy zone. Sounds happy.
It is. It's the school's dedicated STEAM lab. It's designed to be this vibrant space for hands-on trial and error learning, where theory meets practice.
A place to tinker and build without fear of just getting it wrong.
Exactly. It promotes what they call invention literacy. Key features are things like collaborative learning in small groups.
It builds teamwork.
Right. Open-ended exploration, so freedom to experiment. And that interdisciplinary integration, we talked about connecting different subjects in one project.
It sounds like a real shift from just sitting and listening. Much more active.
That's the goal. Valuing the learning journey, fostering collaboration, not just focusing on test scores.
Okay, what, why, how? Now, what about the results, the outcomes? What's actually happened?
This is where it gets really interesting. The program is explicitly outcome-based. They want students to be future-proof, versatile, lifelong learners.
Hey.
And mindful problem solvers, good citizens. It's broad.
So success isn't just measured by grades.
Definitely not. They have this ISR outcome framework. It includes creativity, communication, critical thinking, curiosity, but also things like compassion, commitment, culture, research-driven learning.
Wow, that's comprehensive.
Resilience, relevance, real-world application, respect, a mindful approach. And becoming meaningful problem solvers. Right. It's very holistic.
And how are the students responding? Are they buying into this?
The report says the feedback is overwhelmingly positive. More enthusiasm, more active participation, clear growth in skills and confidence. It seems they're really embracing it.
That's great to hear. Student buy-in is crucial. So how does this all fit into the school's day-to-day? How is it implemented?
It seems very structured. ISR provides weekly training for the facilitators. That's what they call the teachers involved, module-specific training.
So they're well prepared.
Yeah. And ISR's own STEAM experts do periodic audits of the classroom sessions.
Yeah.
Continuous quality control and support.
Not just a one-off training course then.
No, ongoing. They even have extra trained facilitators ready just in case, so sessions aren't disrupted. And there's regular communication between ISR and the school principal.
That sounds like a strong support system.
Yeah.
And in the classroom itself?
The focus is very much on experiential learning, learning through reflection on doing, which, again, fits right into that NEP 2020 focus on inquiry, research, hands-on activities.
Right.
That 7E framework helps here too, encouraging questions, exploring, overcoming that fear of failure.
Creating a safe space to be curious and experiment.
Exactly. And assessment isn't just a final test. It's daily, using their ISR CRM outcome framework, tracked with software called ISR CRM XP360.
Software, what does it track?
Things like research journals, feedback loops, how they apply skills and activities, problem solving, collaboration, creativity, using rubrics, checklists, peer and self-assessment, facilitator observations. It's much richer than just a grade.
Definitely a more complete picture of progress.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the wider impact? Beyond the students in the program, how has this affected the school overall?
The report states it's had a profoundly positive impact. It's really boosted the school's reputation as a leader in innovative learning, positioned them at the forefront.
And the students are getting hands-on with some pretty cool tech.
Oh yeah. AI, robotics, applied coding, IoT, AR, drones, 3D printing, real practical experience. Plus, ISR's global connections broaden their horizons.
So it benefits the school's reputation and gives students exposure. What about specific ISR programs implemented there?
Right. Besides the core AI-powered STEAM experiential learning, they have things called Hutinar, Papers, Musevention, and FLY.
Interesting names. Any examples of what those look like?
Sure. Even before the main launch, they did TED Circles and ISR Muse in 2021 and a Da Vinci Innovation Camp in early 2022.
TED Circles, like the global platform.
Exactly. ISR Muse showcases musical talent. The TED Circles were online discussions, fostering research, and the school was actually the only institution worldwide featured on the official TED Circles platform in 2021.
That's pretty impressive. Shows their early commitment.
It really does. The Da Vinci Camp focused on futuristic tech. Then you have Musevention in 2023 and 2024 platforms for students to show off their own prototypes.
Prototypes aligned
with NEP 2020 and the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and they got to interact with industry leaders and policymakers there.
Connecting learning to the real world and global issues.
Nice. Very much so. They also participated in an inter-school robotics competition, IRC 2024, built a house construction robot with ISR's help, and reached the top zonal level.
Fantastic practical application. And FLY.
That was a symposium in 2024, ISR FLY Future Leader in You. It helped teachers learn how to use AI in their own teaching practices.
So empowering the teachers too. What about Hutinar and Papers?
Hutinar is an online platform running since 2022. It helps students with critical thinking, collaboration, presenting ideas globally through moderated sessions and videos.
Giving them a voice.
Exactly. And ISR Papers provides a platform for students to develop and co-author research papers, potentially getting global visibility for their work.
So opportunities to share their learning, not just consume it. Now, ISR has other partnerships too, right? With universities, companies?
Yes, a wide network. Universities, institutions, thought leaders, big companies like Google, IBM, Adobe. They're recognized by India's Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, part of the Association for Experiential Education, contribute to UN SDGs.
That's quite a network. How does that benefit Our Lady Queen of the Missions directly?
Well, access to expertise, resources, making sure they're aligned with the latest thinking and tech. And, as the report notes, partner schools get media coverage through ISR's network, which boosts their reputation.
Makes sense. Good connections elevate the school's profile. What about the most important people, the parents and students? What's the feedback there?
Really positive, according to the report. Parents are apparently delighted with how engaging the classes are and their kids' enthusiasm. They see them talking about it at home, excited to go to class.
That's always a good sign when the excitement carries over.
Yeah.
And the students.
They say the classes are innovative, interesting, fun. They love the hands-on projects, using the kits and tablets, seeing how subjects connect to the activities. They mention learning teamwork, research skills. One student even pointed out the smart panels and colorful benches in the Happy Zone as making it engaging.
So the environment itself plays a role. It sounds like a really positive, stimulating atmosphere. The report had an FAQ section too. Anything particularly useful there for clarifying concepts?
Yeah, it really helps nail down the philosophy.
Yeah.
It explains how experiential learning supports that constructivist idea learners actively making meaning.
Right.
It stresses they have voice and choice in directing their learning, and how it connects learning to prior knowledge and real-world experience, making it meaningful.
So it's not just random activities.
Not at all. It also notes that while local resources are good, ISR provides kits to ensure things are sustainable and inclusive, and it caters to different learning styles through reflection and customized experiences.
And they distinguish it from just learning by doing.
Yes, crucial point. Experiential learning is broader. It includes absorbing, applying, and reflecting. It's not just the doing. The FAQ also confirms assessment is formative and holistic, using those ISR CRM XP360 rubrics.
Got it. And the difference between a science lab and the happy zone.
Right. A traditional science lab often focuses on one subject, verifying known concepts. A STEAM lab, like the Happy Zone, integrates multiple disciplines, STAM, and focuses on applying concepts to solve real-world problems creatively and collaboratively.
So more integrated, more problem-focused.
Exactly. The Happy Zone fosters joyful, art-integrated, activity-based, fun, games-based, inquiry-based learning. It clarifies what ISR STEAM isn't too not just coding, not aimless trips, not just expensive tech, not just watching videos.
Boy.
And it makes the point that these holistic experiential learning labs are broader than just, say, a robotics lab, fostering a wider range of skills.
That FAQ section does sound useful for getting the nuances.
Definitely helps clarify the model.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, really diving deep into this report. What are the main takeaways for you? What really stands out?
For me, it's the power of a really well-thought-out strategic partnership. This collaboration between the school and ISR, it's a compelling model for empowering young women in STEAM. The focus on experiential learning, integrating tech thoughtfully, aligning with national goals like NEP 2020. Those are the key ingredients.
And it's clearly working.
Yeah.
The report shows real results, student engagement, awards for the school, global opportunities for the students. It demonstrates the potential when vision meets solid implementation.
Absolutely. And for anyone listening who's interested in lifelong learning or how education's evolving, this highlights that crucial shift towards active engagement, real-world application, and building those 21st century skills.
Right. Creativity, critical thinking, problem solving. They're not just buzzwords here. They're being actively developed.
Precisely. These young women are becoming innovators.
It is genuinely inspiring. And it leaves you with a question, doesn't it? As technology keeps racing ahead, how do we make sure all learners everywhere get access to these kinds of enriching, future-focused experiences?
That's the big question, isn't it? What role can partnerships like this play in driving that kind of transformation more widely, more equitably? This Kolkata initiative, detailed in the report, it really offers a fantastic blueprint for